Well, hello everyone. Another video, this time on the VXR8 again. The last video was very successful. I'm in a quandary because I own a 996, a Porsche 996 Carrera 4S as well. And I've recently bought this VXR8, which is great fun. I really enjoy it. It does eat fuel, but the engine sounds just absolutely amazing. I can only keep one car, so one of them has to go. At the beginning I was like, oh, I'll just get rid of the 996, but in terms of body styling, the Porsche, the wide body 996 Carrera 4S, that's the turbo wide body, aesthetically I prefer the look of that than the VXR8, if I'm entirely honest. It looks like a sports car, but the reality is the VXR8 does everything that the Porsche does and better. I would argue the engine sounds better, more torque, maybe even a better gearbox actually. In terms of gearbox throw, certainly better, more practicality, you know, seats in the back, a big boot. I just don't know if I'm going to regret selling the Carrera 4S. My Carrera 4S isn't like a low mileage, absolute pristine car, by the way. I use my cars, I enjoy my cars. They don't sit in a garage polished all the life, and like it's over 100,000 miles. So like in the UK at least, anything that's over 100,000 miles has this sort of like, oh no, it's absolutely rubbish. You can't possibly have that, it's worn out. You know, whereas in, you know, like the States and Australia, people actually use the cars, maintain them, and they don't worry so much about the mileage. Not as much, I don't think, as in the UK. So it's not like it's a pristine show car, the Carrera 4S. They do seem to have quite strong value and keep the value. Perhaps the Carrera 4S is slightly more value-wise than the VXR8. In fact, I know it is, because I got this VXR8 for £10,000. I bought the Carrera 4S for an awful lot more than that a couple of years ago. And I think it's kind of stayed the same, that sort of value. So selling the Porsche, even privately, where I may not get perhaps the full value, but a reasonable amount close to it, would sort of put some more money in the bank. And I'd have the VXR8, which I do really enjoy. I just don't know if I'm going to regret selling it. I don't know if it's going to be one of those cars it's like, oh, why did I sell that? You know, like sort of 911 turbos are pretty cheap, sort of about 10-15 years ago. And they're going up, you know, the air-cooled 911s. A few of those started getting a bit worn out and people just didn't assign much value to them. They got rid of them, and now everyone knows, you know, the value of air-cooled 911s. So yeah, help me out. What shall I do? I really don't know. So yeah, in the comments, help me out, guys, because I have no clue. I don't know what to do. One car has to go. So as a backstory, we're thinking of moving away from where I currently live, where I've got a garage and a driveway, to somewhere that may not even have a garage. It may just be like a parking space. So things need to get slimmed down. Something has to happen, and I keep going from one decision to the next. I just can't make my mind up. Help me out if you can. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.